Hello, everybody. My name is Rafael Curiel, City of McAllen Employee Wellness Coach. Being given a bit of time to talk to you today about controlling, monitoring blood pressure. It is the silent killer. It is something that is a bit hard to keep monitored historically because, blood pressure monitors, you had to have a little bit of training. You had to also be told how to use it. It wasn't a real easy entry point in order to get your blood pressure monitored. And so as a result, most people wouldn't get their blood pressure done maybe but once or twice a year. And all that is changing. Great things about technology. And this is just the right time, a great time to have access to something like this. Blood pressure monitors are now completely automatic. You really don't need a lot of training in order to use a blood pressure monitor. And so as a bit of an experiment, just to try it out and see what and where all I was at, and maybe also to give you some insight about starting to do this on the regular, if that's going to be a good fit for you, is we got ourselves a Omron the Omron Evolve upper arm blood pressure monitor. This set me back about 70 bucks. So, I bought this one here and immediately started getting some awesome feedback. In addition to the other things that we monitor, we monitor things like body fat percentage, even muscle quality, bone density, all of these different things. But it is blood pressure that most doctors would agree is the one thing that you can control that's going to prevent a heart attack and stroke, and even to some extent possibly diabetes and other digestive but those problems that are caused by high blood pressure will affect all of your major organs, and that's where we're going to start today. So if you have any questions about blood pressure, I might not be able to answer them at this point, but I'll keep in mind the questions that you ask, and I'll get back to you either as a response on this Facebook page, or I'll send you a private message or email or text message, depending on who you are. Remember that primarily I serve City of McAllen employees. So thank you all for tuning in, though, but hopefully maybe some of this information we give you, even if you're not a city employee, will be of service to you and help you to make good decisions about the different things that we talk about here today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, let's take a quick look at blood pressure categories. And the blood pressure categories that I'm showing you come to us today from the American Heart Association. Just to put these out there, you can look them up on any type of search you do over the internet, and you should keep these handy. You should know them, because these are the types of things that if you get a blood pressure monitor and you get somebody's number, if you see somebody at a 180, that is a indicator you got to get them to some emergency medical care. You are in that person is in a hypertensive crisis. High blood pressure is identified in stage 2 as a 140 or higher. Blood pressure hypertension stage 1 is a 130 to 139. I think this is probably where most people fall, even though just because most people fall in that orange category does not make it the good category. We need to see if we can get most people across, the valley and across, the state of Texas to bring down their blood pressure into this normal range, which we're seeing fewer and fewer people who have that normal range at a 120. It's been said, and I've heard it said by several doctors over several videos that I watched in preparation for this video, that they even could prefer a 110. Like you can have your blood pressure at a 110, and that's actually even preferable to this green category that we see here. So we have ourselves our different blood pressure categories. I'm going to go ahead and post this same photo in the comments so that you can also have it for quick reference. You can take a photo with your phone, keep it handy with you, because you're going to be hopefully using something like this device here. And I know I showed you the box. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Gilbert? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, tomato bisque soup, definitely. All right. What we have here is this is Thomas Galunga Gilbert. He works out at Zoe's. They provide awesome foods. We're talking about today. We're going to talk about the balanced diet, and that is definitely dietary choices are definitely one of the factors that are going to get your blood pressure down. And you know, if you do have issues where you want to limit sodium, where you want to limit certain things, the people at Zoe's, right, the staff at Zoe's is more than helpful at telling you what's going to be in their products. They are a Wellnexus member, and so they partner with us and they help us out on a lot of things, including promotions, helping us to win the It's Time Texas Challenge. So stop by, give them a shout out. Gilbert's almost always there, being an awesome manager, helping everybody out. So yeah, definitely stop by Zoe's when you can. And I will too, probably not today, but sometime soon. Anyway, back to the scheduled program. Here I am showing you the Omron's the Omron blood pressure monitor. Here, you can wear it on your left or on your right. Just try to be consistent. Just do a quick demo for you because, like we said, this is completely automated and not very difficult at all to get. So it's got this great design to it that really kind of clamps in there. You really don't need that much extra help. Boom, just like that. You've got it on. You hit the start button. You wait for. You really want to do this in a place where it is quiet. You want to have seated in an upright position. You want your monitor to be at the same level as your heart. Remember, this is something you don't buy with a prescription. You can walk into Target. You can walk into a couple of different stores. Maybe I haven't seen it any other place, but you can order one online, Amazon.com, get it shipped to you. You can get this and start monitoring your blood pressure as easy as 1, 2, 3. You push the button and it turns on. It does all the monitoring for you. And then once it's complete and done its monitoring for you, you hit this one little button. So there's only 2 buttons on it. The other button on it is the transfer button. Once you've loaded it to your, I'm going to show you the app real quick. To your phone, you can then have access to the, I know this is not a really big phone. This I did to my iPad just because I knew I was probably going to show it to you guys later. You can check out your history. And I know what you're going to say. You're like, come on, wellness coach. You cannot be having hypertension stage 1 and elevated blood pressures. Hey, it's not easy being me either. So we've got some stressors and some things that cause our hypertension to be kind of high. I'm going to challenge myself right here on Facebook Live right now to bring my blood pressure down within the next 2 weeks, just like I did with the sculpt and muscle quality. And we brought our muscle quality up in certain places. Things that had been holding us back, continuously getting re-injured. Go back, watch that video if you can. It's my goal today then to get these blood pressures all green, all across the board. And so I'm going to be using this to see if these changes that I make are going to be the ones that are going to get us there. All right. So want to avoid hypertension, want to avoid hypertensive crisis. And so this is the information that I've got for you today on controlling your blood pressure, picked up from several different courses, several different classes, and things that I've picked up along the way. This is going to be my own take on it. So if you were to show this video to another medical professional and they have a doctor's license level education, they might say, well, you know, that's good too, but instead I'd recommend this, this, and this. Definitely follow registered nurses, medical doctors, those people's advice above what I'm going to show you here if it doesn't sync up exactly, okay? But these are general guidelines, and you can watch the videos that these talk about. We've already created them once before. They're on our Facebook page, and I'll just show it to you, and then I'll put a snapshot here in the comments section. The one that I want to say first and foremost, this is that we did it in a pyramid shape. The reason it's in a pyramid shape is because you're going to do some things more often than others, right? So the pyramid shape is designed to show you that you're going to do one thing, and it might not even be that intense, but you're going to do that one thing several times, if not for several hours back to back, all right? And so that one thing that you need to do more often than not is get adequate restful sleep. And there are a couple of videos, like I said, about getting adequate restful sleep, what REM sleep means, and why the body's repair systems, that even a lot of medical professionals still don't exactly know all the mechanisms involved, but we do know that adequate restful sleep, going to bed at relatively the same time, waking up at the same time in the mornings, that being in a place that is dark, quiet, slightly chilled, not a lot of electronic devices so there's a lot to talk about in this adequate restful sleep, but know that it's down at the bottom of the pyramid. It's the bigger part. The next one up is another thing that you want to do throughout the day consistently, and that is practice mindfulness. Now, there are systems of thought, including some religions, that prayer is a part of this mindfulness. Gratitude is a part of this mindfulness. And somebody like me who is showing more of a scientific way of thinking about life, and you would say that religion falls under this umbrella, and somebody who is very religious says no, wellness falls under our umbrella of our religion. And both ways work. So definitely get opinions and ideas and ways of thinking from several other different religions. You'll find that a lot of this stuff is covered in there. But mindfulness, self-monitoring, meditation, what some people would refer to as prayer, these things can help you get in tune with your body and get out of the flight or fight response that our workday, our jobs, these stresses that we put on ourselves a lot of times, whatever we happen to be worried about. If we're stuck in that place, that blood pressure is gonna be up. It's gonna be elevated. So mindfulness is definitely something you should practice several times throughout the day. The one above that, a balanced diet. Balanced diet, we talk a lot about nutrition on our videos. We put together several classes about nutrition. We know experts. If you don't want to hear it from us, if you want to hear somebody who you think is more in line with your ways of thinking, we have a lot of great resources here at City McAllen Wellness to help you figure out what is going to be a balanced diet for you. These are all experiments, by the way. As a wellness coach, I'm going to be experimenting on myself with this blood pressure monitor, and I had been over the last 2 weeks, knowing what foods now from one day to the next cause my blood pressure to rise, what's safe, what's not safe, and to bring those numbers down. This one up here, the one in blue, the daily workout program. Now, previously, I've been of the mind that all you need is 2 or 3 days a week, go real intense in the gym. But as you can see, the blood pressure is something that needs to be constantly monitored and regulated so that we don't stay in hypertensive states. So to be hypertensive most of the week and then relax 2 or 3 days out of the week right after your workout is not going to prevent high blood pressure. So in addition to the 2 or 3 days a week, what I will be experimenting with doing is putting in more small exercise breaks throughout the day to keep that blood pressure at a low, consistent level. All right, and then at the very, very top, take your prescribed medication, if any. If you're already on a prescription, you have to stick to your prescription. Unlike a lot of other fitness, wellness people out there, sometimes they talk against taking medication. We definitely want to be thankful to the people who make the medications, who prescribe them, and who help people who have hypertension to bring those numbers down with a drug intervention. So if you have a prescription, you should take that prescription until such time as your doctor has all of this data. So here's another thing. You could, if you have a doctor that's interested in monitoring this with you, your doctor could use this data later on, if they so choose, to lower, reduce, or completely remove your medication. But that will be up to that medical professional. So don't take it among yourself to just go off meds. Take your prescribed medication, if any, and if someday your doctor does say you don't need meds anymore, you don't have to do it, then just take all of this other part of the pyramid and just expand it to where it fills up that cap there. So these are things that you can do in order to take control of your blood pressure. About one last quick tip about this this particular monitor, this one's been my favorite so far. I've seen several, and there are definitely less expensive ones. But if you're the type of person who takes care of things that you buy, well, this could last you for several years. This could possibly be the last blood pressure monitor I ever buy, and it could be, you know, $70 that I use, that you know, I get good use out of for the next 20 or 30 years. So anyway, the reason I bring it up is because sometimes price points can be a bit scary about buying something expensive, so you want to buy something less expensive. This is what I want to tell you. You can use this device with several members of your family, even if they're not interested in consistently monitoring their blood pressure. So all you do is put the cuff on them, show them how to use it. When you get the results, so that you don't confuse it with your results, right here where you're talking about these individual measurements, you can actually put in notes. So if it's a date and the number seems different from what you normally get, you put in, this is my mom's blood pressure taken on Monday at 3 o'clock. And so then no matter how many more of these that you take that are yours, you have that one that stands out because it's got the note on it of who it belongs to. And if you're doing it one time but you don't want to record it, you can also swipe and delete these. So they don't have to stay on that record. But they can if you want to do several people and keep track of several stages throughout the day. That's totally up to you. So this is a easy to use, flexible device that I highly recommend if you're looking for something that is going to give you good quality measurements and last a long time. This though is not a I'm not trying to sell you a blood pressure monitor here, but you know, that's what I'm using. So then before we wrap up for today, you know, if you have any ideas about what topics you'd like to see here presented on the City of McAllen Wellness Program, you know, just drop us a line. Let us know what you think. We're always looking to do new and innovative classes and presentations and programs for the employees, but then also just the people who make up the City of McAllen, because we know that when it comes to wellness, we all rise together. All right, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing this, copying and pasting. Big thank you to Tiffany Kirsten and the McAllen Nature Center for being on and helping us get 1,000 views on last week's video, which was pretty cool. And also I wanted to say, go to this website, Tu Salud Si Cuenta. This is www.tusaludsicuenta, tusaludsicuenta.org. It produces a lot of great videos. They are a local resource. A lot of them are in Spanish. They're great to watch. I'm actually learning a lot and getting my Spanish up to par so that I can present more often in different languages. So the Spanish versions are great too. So if you can, drop by, give them a like, put them on your page by giving them a like. And till next week, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.